So I want to pose a question to everyone. Thought I had a few years back. I didn't even realize I said this. Came out of my mouth, and some client heard it, fed it back to me later on, and he said, "You know what you say? You say it's good to feel good." That happens to be a tagline now for ZUM, the health club in Seattle. And I've thought about that. It kind of rolled off my tongue back then, but I thought about it more and more. And a great deal of what I talk about in my own experience of being in this body is wanting to feel good, and that it is good to do that, do things that make you feel good. For me to do things that make me feel good. And so I've thought about that in a little greater detail, and I go, well, like, what does that mean? How would you define that? And I go, well, if I went down and I got a mocha, for instance, it tastes good and I feel good. What do I get? I get a buzz out of it, I get a sugar high or whatever. I feel good. I get a momentary pleasure. But is that really about what feeling good is? And I said, no, it's not about a momentary hit of pleasure. It's more of, what do you do for yourself? What do I do for myself where I can sustain some sense of vibrancy and well-being in my life? For me, fitness is one of those things. Movement. Forget about fitness. Just moving my body, I feel better. And it's good to feel good. Yeah, that works in that context. If I go and go to a play or I go see a movie or whatever, for the moment that I'm doing it, it gives me pleasure. But it's not sustainable. All of a sudden, it's over with, I forget about it, and I'm looking for another pleasure. To some degree, it's like a drug. We're looking for these momentary hits of something to give us pleasure, but they don't do anything for us long term. So the question that I'm posing is to look at the things that you do in your life and see whether they're momentary hits that give you a moment of pleasure, but then they fade, and then you're looking for something else. And what do you do for yourself? How do you take care of yourself in a way that sustains this sense of feeling good? It's good to feel good. See if you can play around with or find things in your life that make you feel good on a more consistent basis and put more time and energy into those things, because not only is it good to feel good, it's good to take care of yourself for the rest of your life.